And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to NNSCRA Racing. We have finished up with the NNSCRA Gaming Week. It was a lot of fun, had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the videos and participating as well. But now it's time to get back to business. Time to get down to what this channel is really known for, and that's NR 2003 Racing as we continue on here with Season 6 of the Oreo Truck Series. We are here live under the lights from Las Vegas for the running of the NNSCRA Gaming Week 200. Tonight we are going to have an exciting event. A lot of drivers coming in off of some pretty good runs at Daytona and Phoenix. A lot of other drivers really trying to bounce back after they've been hitting quite a cold streak at the beginning of the season. Dylan Young on the one side, he is on fire. He is third in the standings right now. Dylan Young, of course, trying to make his second straight Oreo Truck Series chase, but more importantly than that, he's trying to pick up his first win in 2 seasons. He was winless all through Season 5, regardless of the fact that he did make the chase. Dylan Young trying to find victory lane once again. Alongside of him, it's going to be Tryfon Reed in the 59. Now, Tryfon is on the other side of the spectrum. He currently is 34th in the points, and he is really looking for a good run here tonight. Also looking for a victory, his first of the season, if he could get it. And that would help him bounce back in the standings. As I said before, at both Daytona and Phoenix, if you're going to make and get wins and good finishes now, it's much quicker to move your way up through the standings than it is later on in the season. Right now, you can move yourself up 5 to 7 points, or 5 to 7 spots in the standings with a good run. When you get to the end of the season, 1 or 2 spots is all you can move up. So there's a big difference between having really, really good runs early on and setting yourself up in a good position for when the middle of the season and then, of course, towards the end of the regular season comes around to position yourself for the chase. James McCloud comes into this race currently 33rd in points, so he's basically in the same boat as Tryfon Reed. He lines up in the 3rd position. Jacob Lawler alongside of him. He's gonna start this race in 4th. He's 18th in the points. So right now, I guess he's in a good spot. I think if he could win this race with where he is in points, he can move himself inside the top 10 in points. That's just how easily you can move up through the standings this early on in the season. And rounding out the top 5, amazingly enough, is going to be our pole sitter, our points leader rather. Dougie Shears, who comes in with a 1-point advantage over rookie points leader so far, Daniel Day. So Dougie Shears, a good qualifying run yet again. We'll see if maybe he can close the deal with a victory and maybe extend his points lead. Prudence Littlejohn, she ended up picking up her first career Oreo Truck Series victory and only her second career start last week at Phoenix. Will the same kind of a thing happen tonight here at Las Vegas? We're going to find out as the cars roll off. Here's your starting lineup for today's NNSCRA Gaming 200. Dylan Young, Tryfon Reed, ready to get us underway. 2 Toyota Tundras on the front row. 27 laps await us. We're under the lights at Las Vegas. Going to be a lot of grip with the cooler track temperatures. We may see a lot of moves we wouldn't normally see if the sun were out. Here we go, ready to turn them loose. The green flag is waving. We're back underway here in the Truck Series. Already, Jacob Lawler looked like he was going to try and jump out to the high side, make a 3-wide move. Thought better of it. Got back in line behind Tryfon Reed. Inside line apparently is the fast way around the track there. As you see, James McCloud, he's going to try and take second place away from Tryfon Reed now. Now he's thinking about maybe diving underneath of Dylan Young, and there's a spin back there. Silver Fox has spun around. Silver Fox spun it. I don't know who else. Somebody went out and kind of hit the inside retaining wall pretty hard with the driver's side door. The caution is out for a spin heading into turn 3, and I think Dylan Young just barely beat James McCloud to the line that time. That didn't take long at all. but it looks like relatively everybody got through there without much damage. Derek Reed is not one of them, though. He is badly damaged. Oh, Sean Galligan's involved. Alex Jones, Charles Sanford, Daniel Day, the rookie points leader, and his teammate, Stephen Pollard III. Radigan, Dawson Wise, there's Silver Fox. Guess this was bigger than I thought. There's Kyle Sosnowski involved. Oh man, that car is badly mangled. Look at that. There's last week's winner, Prudence Littlejohn. She looks like she's okay. Chris Dollarton looks good. Our defending champ. I thought I saw a little bit of smoke lingering on the front straightaway. Oh yeah, right there. You can see there's some skid marks. So we had two incidents. We had one heading into turn 3, but I guess the bigger one took place right there, coming down to the start-finish line. Regardless, Dylan Young is the current leader over James McCloud. And then it's going to be Tryphon Reed, Danny Wells, and Jacob Lawler completing the top 5. So we're going to take a look back at a replay of those two incidents that put us under the caution for the first time here tonight. Well, here's a look at it. They were almost 4 wide coming off turn 2 here. Felix Graves trying to stick it down to the inside of the left rear quarter panel of James Silverfox. And you can see on the extreme high line there is the rookie points leader Daniel Day. Just to his inside is, of course, the 16, and oh boy. Yeah, I think Felix Graves may have tapped the left rear of Silverfox, spun him around up into the 16, and there they go. Yep. Noah Hart, absolutely nowhere for him to go. When he clipped Daniel Day straight down into the wall. Oh man, he must have taken a real lick. Where is he? Can't do it this way. So many cars going by him. Oh, and then he got nailed by Charles Sanford. Oh, so we have to kind of back it up here and watch the 17 of Daniel Day. Silver Fox, I don't think came into any part of this wreck. I think he just went for a spin. Daniel Day, that's a hard lick into the wall, and then he's going to get a few more hard licks. Comes right up. Sanford, nowhere to go. Galligan, nowhere to go. Derek Reed jacks up the 2. There's Jones. Oh, man, look at the 2 car of Sean Galligan actually flipped over. Pollard is involved. Dunlap Prad there, and the 14 was in it. Trent Dunham in the 1 got a piece of it. And look at, oh, Henley in the 88. He got a little piece of it there, too, just ahead. So he's trying to avoid the spinning Sean Galligan machine. Look at this. Oh my, whoa. Henley, that's a pretty slick move getting by the 2. However, I think he's got, oh yeah, smoke's coming out of the back of that car anyway, so he is going to be retiring. Oh man. And then, it was Dawson Wise spun on the front straightaway, him and John Radigan. Now how does this happen? Oh, they went 4 wide again. They were 4 wide, 3 rows deep right there, coming off of, they were 5 wide up ahead with Dollarton, LaPlante, Zach Rogers, Lyndon Wright, and I think that was Emilio Navarrete on the inside. But there it is right there. John Radigan squeezes Nick Bellardo up into Dawson Wise, and that's just how this whole thing's going to trigger. Dawson goes around, Radigan's going to go around, and who is Sosnowski going to hit? Because we know he hit somebody. He's going to clobber one of these guys. Looks like it's going to be the 18 right there. And Sosnowski, heavy-duty damage to his Speed Energy Dodge. Cameraman got a nice view of those 2 cars sliding on by there. Nice close-up. But that is the reason the caution has come out. That big wreck taking place in turn 3. And then this 2-car spin, as well as Sosnowski getting involved here on the front straightaway. Caution's out. Already, we're going to have some retirees, and we're going to be documenting a few of them who actually were running really well in points that now we're going to have to try and bounce back next week. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing as the lights have now gone off atop the pace truck and around this racetrack. We will go back to green on lap 6 of 27. Before I run through the lineup here, I mentioned next week we are going to be heading to a brand new track. It's kind of like a short track. And I cannot remember the name of it. So, or actually I can. Yes, I think it's Altoona. I think we're going to Altoona next. So, hope that you guys will be tuned in for that. That's going to be some exciting racing there. Nonetheless, though, time to take a look and see here first what the top 10, top 15, top 20 look like, and then we'll update you on who has retired from the race already. Dylan Young is the leader, McCloud in 2nd, Reed in 3rd, then it's Danny Wells in 4th, and 5th is Jacob Lawler. Charles Jackson now 6th, points leader Dougie Shears in 7th. I'm sure he's been notified that second in points Daniel Day has retired. William Duncan. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. William Duncan's in 8th. 9th place, Alex DeMarco, and Adam Chambers completes the top 10. Then it's Brian James, Max Russell, Dylan Poteet, Felix Graves, and Noah Hart, the top 15. Top 20 are Pichu London, Andy Timmons, Bob Jones, Austin LaPlante, and Chris Dollarton. Jump back up here to the front, and Dylan Young, drivers out after the incidents that went down already, are Kyle Sosnowski, Daniel Day, Charles Sanford, Alexander Jones, Sean Galligan, Derek Reed, and Sean Henley. Two drivers that this is really going to hurt in the points as we get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing are Daniel Day, who came in second in points, that was the rookie points leader, and Sean Henley, who was 14th in points, with a good opportunity to move himself into the top 10 in the standings here tonight. Already they're starting to go double wide, thinking about 3 wide too. Does Danny Wells look to the inside of James McCloud? Yes, he does. He is there. Just a matter of getting to that left rear, heading into either turn 1 or turn 3, and you're able to make the pass. It looks like Danny Wells is going to clear Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet of James McCloud out of Turner Motorsports. As now he's going to set his sights on Dylan Young is Danny Wells. Look who's following him. Charles Jackson there on the inside line, and Dougie Shears. And for the first time tonight, Dylan Young going to be challenged for the lead. And he doesn't have a caution to save him this time, but oh, wait a minute, Jackson. Charles Jackson looking lower. He's going to go 3 wide for the lead, and they are going to make it stick. 3 wide for the lead, but Jackson has to bail out of the throttle. Danny Wells, Dylan Young get away once again. Drag race to the line, this time by, it was Danny Wells leading that lap. I think. Yep, he did. Yep, he did lead that lap, and oh boy, James McCloud got loose there in turn 1. Oh boy. Did he just get clipped by somebody? Because he nearly came down to Charles Jackson right there. That looked like he got hit from behind there in the left rear. Regardless, he ended up saving it. That was close, though. That could have been a big wreck at the front of the field, and heaven knows we don't want any of those. Meanwhile, here comes the battle for the lead. Now Charles Jackson to the inside of Danny Wells. James McCloud thinking about going 3 wide, and he is there. Look at McCloud up the middle. What a run he got off of turn number 2. Oh my goodness. He had to really work his way through that little teeny tiny space and not hit the 42 or the 5, and he made it work. And look at this. He's going to go to the lead is James McCloud. What a power move by the 30. Jump back, take a look and see where some of our top runners in the standings are currently running. Dylan Young was leading for a while. Where did he slip back to? He's back here around the 7th. Well, they haven't listed in 7th. I think he's actually now back somewhere around the 10th position. Dylan Poteet right behind him, 5th in points. Max Russell to his inside right there, 8th in points. How about Trent Dunham? We know he got involved in that incident back on lap number 2. Well, he's trying to work his way back up to the front here. He's back currently in the 29th position, back here with Nick Bellardo and Aaron Williams Jr., Dawson Wise. Trent comes into this race 6th in points. Emilio Navarrete is just ahead of him. It's another driver I was going to just jump to. Navarrete is currently 4th in the standings, and he's in the 28th position, so he's got some work to do. And then Felix Graves and Prudence Littlejohn, let's find out where they are. First, the 43 of Felix Graves. Here he is actually side by side with Austin LaPlante. This is a battle just inside the top 20. And after picking up her win last week, where is Prudence Littlejohn running at this moment? There she is, not too far behind Felix Graves, currently in the 24th position, in the middle of a 3 wide situation there with Lyndon Wright, Austin LaPlante, and Alex Tanker. Jump back up to the front now. Has anybody made a challenge on James McCloud? No, not yet, but Charles Jackson's thinking about it. He is starting to close the gap up there as he was able to get by Danny Wells for 2nd. Dougie Shears now moved by the 5 for 3rd place. Right now, Dougie Shears is in a good position to be able to keep his points lead. You know, Dylan Young got freight trained back quite a ways. He's back somewhere just inside the top 10, I believe. And Dougie Shears, right now he's ahead of any driver who could possibly challenge him for the points lead. Daniel Day has retired. Dylan Young's fallen back. We updated you on where the rest of the drivers are. The only driver I don't think we actually looked at, and I forgot to, was Chris Dollerton, the defending champ. Where is he currently running as he comes in 7th in points? Oh boy, man, he's back in a hornet's nest. Nearly got clipped by Zach Rogers right there. That was quite a block the 33 tried to put on the 83. But Dollerton's back in a hornet's nest, currently in the 26th position. So he's got some work to do too. These guys do have a little bit of time though. We're just past the halfway point. Currently running on lap 15 of 27. The halfway point ended up coming halfway through lap 13. So these drivers do have some time. We may end up having pit stops come to play too. And Charles Jackson, wow, I think he wants James McCloud to know he's there or something. He just gave him a shove into turn number 3. Might have been trying to get that 30 car loose, because I do know when McCloud made that power move between Danny Wells and Charles Jackson to get to the front, that car was wiggling left and right, and that's a sure sign that the back end of that car wanted to come around on him. And you can bet, you get stuck in the middle there, you have a lot of aerodynamics playing havoc with your car. And Dougie Shear's now going to go to the inside of Charles Jackson for second, so that will alleviate a little bit of the pressure off of James McCloud for the moment. How about Jacob Lawler? What a great run he's having right now. We talked about at the top of the program how right now he could go either way. He could go up in the standings or down in the standings. He comes in 18th in points, and he's having a great run right now inside the top 5. And we really haven't talked about him either. He's been inside the top 5 all night long, and what a great run he is currently having. And look who's running back here in the 6th position. How about Brian James? What a great run for him, too. And a run that he really is needed, too. Brian James, 24th in the standings. And Brian really doing well here tonight in that 15. William Duncan right behind him. Now, he's 36th in points, so this has really got to be making him feel good. Having a great run right now in the 7th position there in the Shell Dodge. And he is running very, very well. Right behind him, there is Dylan Young. And how about right behind him, Adam Chambers, who's trying to, I guess we could say he would still set a historical mark if he could make his 5th chase out of 6 seasons. Last season, his streak was broken. And oh, there's a spin on the front straightaway. Caution is out. And Charles Jackson looking at the inside of for the lead on James McCloud. This is a battle for the lead. Whoever leads the stripe will lead us under the caution with a total of 7 laps to go. Or 8 laps to go, my bad. Jackson low, McCloud high. Which one's going to get it? Looks like the inside line will prevail. Charles Jackson, for the first time tonight, with the caution coming out, will lead here tonight at Las Vegas. And oh, it's John Radigan, the reason the caution's out. And his car is actually just scraping against the inside retaining wall. He may have a left front going down and cannot turn that race car. That was an interesting camera angle of taking a look at him. I don't think he's able to go anywhere. No, that car is slowing down. He's going to be retiring. He can't go anywhere. Where's the other drivers involved? Is he the only one? Oh, Chris Dollerton! Zach Rogers, Tony Blazer look like they got pieces of it too. But the 83, the defending champ, Chris Dollerton, the guy who came in 7th in points, he is involved. Oh boy. There is Zach Rogers. Last week had a pretty good run at Phoenix, which moved him up to 31st in points. Now involved in this incident, Tony Blazer, 39th in points. He certainly didn't need this kind of a thing to happen to him. It looks like John Radigan was actually able to refire his number 24. So he will be able to drive onto pit road and to the garage area. That's a tough break for him too. That rookie came into this race currently sitting 30th in the points. Certainly not what he needed here tonight. And caution's out with only a handful of laps left to go. Less than 10 to go here at Las Vegas. Let's take a look at a replay as Charles Jackson is now the new leader. Well, let's take a look at this. This was all Chris Dollerton who started this wreck right here. Coming off turn 4, he's going to get into the left rear quarter panel of the 33. Zach Rogers going to come down. When he clips Tony Blazer, everything breaks loose. Emilio Navrick got a little piece of it, but he was able to get down to the grass area to avoid. Look at Rogers hard into the wall. Blazer going to go up hard into the wall. Wow, Aaron Williams Jr., Trent Dunham, what a miss by both those drivers, and Nick Bellardo. Oh, man. Radigan, though, clobbered the 83 of Chris Dollerton. Dollerton's going to go flipping. There's another car there, too. Oh, that's Dawson Wise. He ended up hitting Radigan. And look at the, oh my goodness, look at the 83. Caught the catch fence and goes flying even more. Wild, wild ride there for Chris Dollerton, the 80. Oh my goodness, look at the defending champ. End over end, side over side, flipping, rolling all the way down the front straightaway. Now look at the rookies involved in this. Zach Rogers, John Radigan, and Dawson Wise. Not a good time to be a rookie at that point, my goodness. Tony Blazer back there as well. You can just barely see through the smoke. The caution is out for the second time tonight. This could be our final caution. Don't know. We will get back to green. Question is, how much time will we have left? How many laps will be left when we go back to green flag racing? We're going to find out in just a moment. Let's go back to live action. Well, we talked about James McCloud making that power move for the lead at just the right time. Well, I think Charles Jackson may have just done the same thing. As he beat McCloud to the line, he will be restarting as the leader with a total of 4 laps to go here tonight at Las Vegas. James McCloud lines up in second, Dougie Shears in third, Lawler fourth, Danny Wells fifth, and it's Brian James, William Duncan, Dylan Young, Adam Chambers, and Alex DeMarco is going to complete the top 10. Tryphon Reed currently is in 11th. Dylan Poteet is in 12th. Bob Jones has worked his way to 13th. Pete Chulon in 14th. Alex Tanker in 15th. Then it's Andy Tim in 16th. Austin LaPlante in 17th. Rest of the top 20 are Noah Hart in 18th. Lyndon Wright in 19th. And Max Russell in 20th. Why don't we go through the full field here? Felix Graves 21st. Prudence Littlejohn 22nd. 23rd, Eric Burton 24th. Darren Williams Jr. Nick Bellardo 25th. 26th, Emilio Navarrete, Trent Dunham 27th, 28th, James Silverfox 29th, Zach Rogers, and 30th is Tony Blazer, Dunn LaPrade 31st, and Stephen Pollard III still trying to hang on for at least finishing this race. He is in 32nd place. The drivers who have retired from this race after 2 cautions have come out are Chris Dollerton, John Radigan, Dawson Wise, Kyle Sosnowski, Daniel Day, Charles Sanford, Alex Jones, Sean Galligan, Derek Reed, and Sean Henley. Here we go, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Charles Jackson, first time we've seen him out in front. Can he stay there? Green flag comes back out here with 4 laps to go here on lap number 24. If the caution comes out at any point during this 4-lap segment, the race will end under the caution flag. Hopefully we won't have that happen, as Charles is able to pull away by about a car length now over James McCloud. Now what Charles has got to hope is that James McCloud and whoever's behind him are going to battle for second. Looks like they may be planning to do that too. Here comes Jacob Lawler, here comes Danny Wells. Brian James right there as well, as it looks like they will battle for 3rd place. That allows James McCloud to kind of concentrate a little bit now on trying to catch and pass Charles Jackson. At the line, 3 to go. Charles Jackson still leads by about a car length, maybe half a car length now, heading into turn number 1. Here comes James McCloud though, getting the run. He's coming up to the back bumper. He is there. Within striking distance. Question is, will he make the move? Lawler is right there as well now, as the top 3 have broken away from 4th place Danny Wells, and here comes McCloud to the bottom. James McCloud looking low. Undoubtedly one of the dominant trucks of the night, but he's not going to be able to make the move this time. Charles Jackson keeps the lead, and now Lawler is going to take that slip up on the part of McCloud. He's going to go to the inside for 2nd place. Charles Jackson in the 42. With 2 laps to go, as they battle for 2nd between James McCloud and Jacob Lawler. McCloud may have just been exited from the picture of the win tonight. Charles Jackson, with about 2 car lengths now in hand, over new 2nd place driver Jacob Lawler. Coming around out of turn 4, white flag is displayed. Charles Jackson made that move with a caution coming out. It may have been the move that will hand him the win. Into turn 1, Jacob Lawler, now the new 2nd place driver, to try and run him down for the win. Can Lawler close up the gap with only half a lap remaining? James McCloud looking at the inside of Lawler for 2nd. That pretty much seals the deal. Jackson's just got to hit his marks through turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Charles Jackson makes the move to win the race. He holds the lead for the final 4 laps. Charles Jackson wins the NNSCRA Gaming Week 200 at Las Vegas. Charles Jackson came into this race 22nd in the standings. He had a very dismal season last year in the Truck Series. This season may be a little better as he goes to victory lane here tonight at Las Vegas. What a victory for Charles Jackson, and what a sense of knowing at what point he had to make that move on James McCloud in order to be in the right place at the right time to capitalize and take the win here tonight. Great run there for Charles Jackson, his first win of the season. And this is going to definitely help him in points as well. I don't know if it would move him into the top 10 in points, but with the way that it happens here early on in the season, as far as how high up in the points you can move with a victory, he could very well be inside the top 10 in points when we leave here tonight. Time to take a look at our official top 10 results. Jacob Lawler was able to get second. James McCloud, who undoubtedly had one of the strongest cars of the evening, he's going to have to settle for third, but still a great run for him. Danny Wells is going to move into the top 10 in points. He came in 11th in points, and he gets a 4th place finish here tonight. He's been very consistent early on here this season. He gets 4th place, rounding up the top 5. William Duncan, great run for him. Still the points leader is going to be Dougie Shears. He finished in 6th place. He came in 2 points ahead of Dylan Young in the standings, so he'll now be 3 points ahead of Dylan Young in standings, as Dylan Young finished right behind him in 7th. Dylan Young will now move to 2nd in points. Adam Chambers, great run for him, getting back to his consistent ways. He finishes in 8th. Brian James going to finish the day in the 9th position. As I look at this, I believe he's actually the highest finishing rookie. Or no, he's not. No, he's not a rookie. He finishes in 9th. Ellis DeMarco was actually the highest finishing rookie of the night, as he finished in the 10th position. Well, this race, folks, is over. Man, it was a crazy one there, and who would have thought it would come down to who was in the right place at the right time, leading when the final caution came out. Charles Jackson is the winner here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. Glad to be back doing this again. If you did like this race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to be a part of the crew today. Becomes your official finishing results, overall point standings, and rookie point standings. Heading into next week, as I said, a new track called Altoona. Hope that you will tune in for that. We still got Mobile and Snickers Cup Series action coming here from Las Vegas. Hope you'll tune in for those, as well as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.